Hello everyone, this is Caden from Kaidengaming. I'm sorry about the background noise. It will not be there once the actual game starts. For some reason my computer bugs up a little bit, and whenever I'm in the open lobby it plays this odd buzzing sound, which you probably should notice in the background. But anyway, I apologize for that, but let me get on with what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, this is a slight continuation off of my best stalker setup. I don't remember off the top of my head what I actually called the video, but you can look it up on my channel. It's my most famous video. Anyway, this time I'm going to be doing the Jaggermech 6.5 or 6S, whatever you want to call it. This is the best setup I could think of while you're on a budget. If you had a little bit more money, you might switch this out for a 300 XL or a 315. But if you aren't swimming in money like my main, as you can see I'm on my alternate account because I ran out of mech base on my main. Anyway, if you had a little bit more money, you could switch this out for a 300 XL or a 315, but most people can't really afford XLs right out the gate. But overall, this is a semi-cheap setup. 2 AC-20s, 10 heat sinks, standard engine, the standard one which comes with it. And then I have 4 tons of ammo here. And depending on what you want to do, you either tack on 2 more medium lasers, as you can see I have a little bit of tonnage free, tack on 2 more medium lasers, or 2 more tons of gauze, or a little bit more armor, or whatever you feel like doing. For me, I think I'll tack on 2 more medium lasers just because I think this thing doesn't have enough firepower. So yeah, anyway, now that I've shown off basically what my setup is, you can check my armor values if you just want to pause the video earlier. I do have endo steel, in case you didn't realize that. No other upgrades. It wouldn't hurt to have double heat sinks if you wanted a little more heat efficiency. But yeah, without further ado, let's get in game so I can show off how this build plays. Alright. The map is Tamerlane Desert, which is not the greatest thing for a mech without double heat sinks, but we'll see what I can do about it. Thankfully, I have coolant flush on, although several people might not be able to afford that, those which have fewer Cbills, or might not want to afford that, to be precise, because it takes a good portion of your Cbills from every match. Another alternate setup you might want to think about would be using gauze rifles instead of AC-20s. Why? Because less heat and more range. Although they do take up more tonnage per cannon, and they explode a whole lot more easily. It doesn't matter as much because they're in the arms, not the torsos, and rarely will you get your arms hit. And more importantly, gauzes, each ton of ammo gives more points of ammo than one AC-20. Although damage for damage, AC-20 ammo is just about as good. So yeah, currently the thing at the top, they either changed the UI in the newest patch or it's glitched out because it should have a couple bars or something. I seem to remember. I don't know, I'll have to look up my other videos and see if I'm just crazy or if they actually changed this. But yeah, cool shot will really help because AC-20s, you wouldn't think it, but they do make you run very, very hot. Actually, one second, let me change a couple options quick. I don't want arm lock and I do not want throttle decay. Arm lock I don't approve of because, well, it keeps me from aiming up and down. The arms on this mech are already locked to the center, so I don't really need to worry about that. And besides, I like being able to move my arms. But I really do need the up and down sometimes because if you're up on a cliff and you can't aim down, that's really bad. But yeah, the cool shot, as I've been repeating myself probably for the 5th, 6th, however many time, the cool shot will really help me on this map. It was a good thing I actually tacked it on. I didn't tack it on right before doing this video. I actually tacked it on when testing this mech earlier and I just sort of forgot about it. So it's a good thing I did put that on. Let's see if I can finally get close enough. The one downside I found to this setup, which is fixed if you put gauze rifles on, is the fact that you have to get really close to do damage in this thing, and if you get close, you put yourself at risk. This thing does not have as much armor as you'd like, so you can kind of get torn up pretty fast. But as you can see from when I hit that hunchback, you can hit hard with just a quick alpha strike. It has an alpha of 45, which is pretty decent. Actually more than 45 if you include the med lasers, but one thing to note when you're not using double heat sinks on these maps, if you need to cool off fast, power down, it really does cool you off. Just hit P, that's the standard setup for it. Where are the enemies? Let me push up a little bit with my buddies. This mech is not like my death barrel, so it took a lot of practice. Aiming is fundamentally different in this thing, for one thing. And also, it just doesn't have nearly as much armor. I put more armor on this than on the standard variant, but it's still not as much as I'd like. And that is the heat I should have been looking out for. I rebound my coolant flush to E instead of the standard delete key, because it just takes way too long to hit delete. I'm going to power down so I can quickly get rid of the heat. I don't want to waste my last coolant flush because the coolant flush 6 is really cheap, but the coolant flush 9 is quite expensive. Maybe I was misinformed about shutting down flushing your heat fast, because it didn't seem to flush my heat all that quickly there. Though maybe I might just have not waited long enough. I don't know, regardless, we'll push on. I'll actually have to look that up, if I even bother to. I guess one of you guys, my fans seem to be much more dedicated than me, so I guess you guys will probably, know all sorts of stuff I don't. Did you just have to steal that kill, friend? Seriously? Whatever. I didn't want that kill anyway. Some people tack on the most useless weapons. Like, look at this Cicada. I'm not sure if he's deliberately trolling or if he just is really, really bad, because he has 3 small lasers, a tag, and a flamer. All those are pretty useless, except the tag. But yeah, that game was a little bit too brief to really show off this mech, and really, I just kind of got lucky and got a good team, so I guess I'll tack a few more games into this. I didn't do the top damage, but, well, really, that game ended way too fast. And besides, this weapon setup deals pinpoint damage. It doesn't spray damage around, unlike my death barrel. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on into the next game. And even though I'll actually have to launch another game for you, it'll seem like we just magically appeared. Alright, it seems like all but 5 of their people DC'd. So I'm just recording this little bit, and I'm going to tack it in on the video so you know when my GXP doesn't add up. It's because I cut this game out because I don't think you really want to see me dominating 5 mechs. I mean, it's really not going to be fair. So yeah, I'm going to cut this game out and then start the next game. That's why my GXP will be slightly inconsistent. Hello everyone, and I have been experiencing the joys of casting Mechwarrior. As you can see, the first one I showed a little snippet of it. Most of the enemy team DC'd. So there was that. I was like, okay, great. I'll just go on and cast another game. Then the next game, my dog barked, and I was like, drat, I'm not going to have background noise in my videos, so I cut that one. And then the next game, my mech just, like, overheated way too quickly, and I was like, actually, I think this setup, yes, I will confess, the last one was utterly my fault. I just sort of messed up there. That's my confession. But yeah, I decided, well, to be really viable, this mech actually does need double heat sinks, so even if you're trying to have a bit of a budget, your cadet bonus will bring you up to the point where you can buy this with double heat sinks. I managed to get enough money for double heat sinks within 3 games because, well, I still have cadet bonus on this account, so that's the end of my little story. And now we're here. I'm going to see how well this thing performs with double heat sinks. As you can see, I have no coolant flush because I just forgot to replace it after I used it up in the last few games. Let me drop down here. But yeah, overall, it's been fairly annoying to have this many videos get interrupted by one thing or another. That or just get utterly owned because I just sort of forget. I know normally I show games even if I just get utterly dominated, but, well, this time around I decided, forget it, I'm not going to. Seriously? What's this Raven got? Hey, Raven. Did you like that? Raven? Hey, Raven. Hey, did that bother you? I hope not. Did that bug you? Raven? Hey, you okay, man? You okay, buddy? 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 Hey. Hey, hey. Please? Please? Come back? Don't run away. Come on, I wanted to get the kill. Please, hey. Buddy? Buddy? Buddy! Aw, my raven friend doesn't want to play. It's kind of sad. Boom. Well, I didn't like you either, Raven. Alright, I've brought myself really far out in enemy lines. Not exactly where I'd ideally want to be. Hey, you can see double heat sinks just make everything. Is this guy seriously AFK? Like, really? Okay, well, I'm just gonna go up and headshot him, assuming my buddy doesn't kill him. Oh, of course, I forgot about this, and now my buddy's gonna kill steal it. You know, I really hate teammates right now. No, I don't hate teammates. Seriously, this guy's just AFK? That's kind of stupid. Oh well. Anyway, down here in this area, as long as the enemy's not an SRM boat, this is exactly where I want to fight. Like, this hunchback. He does not stand a chance against me. Let's see if I can cockpit him, actually. Nope, my aiming's way too bad. It just seems like all my games, I've either been just dominated right out the gate, or I've just completely rolled the enemy. It actually seems like every single one of my opponents is just disconnecting for some random reason. Which is kind of odd, actually. And also, why are my weapons not hurting him? This is odd. Well, I think I'll leave this video in, because it just seems like all my enemies disconnected. So, well, what is a caster to do in these sort of circumstances? You tell me, people. What should I do? It seems like every game something has happened which either stops me from putting these in or makes me utterly roll the enemies. Well, I'm going to try one more time for a decent game. One more time, okay? And if not, I'll be like, whatever, and I'm just gonna upload this. You know, I should really try to start during the opening sequence at the very beginning, probably. But yeah, it's a nice thing on this final game that I managed to get River City Night, because now I can test out the new night vision. The new night vision actually looks a lot better than the old one. Not as well as I'd expect it to, or was hoping, actually. I didn't really expect it, but I was hoping it would look like this really neat night vision I saw. But this is pretty decent. You get decent visibility, actually really good visibility. I wonder, will light be able to blind you? Like, if someone shot you right in the cockpit with their lasers, would that completely, like, mess up your vision? I mean, not your IRL vision, but, like, your in-game vision. Would that blind you for a short period of time, or did they not implement that? Because if they did, that would be really, really, really neat. But yeah, lately I've just been in the mood to play Mechwarrior. I mean, today I was thinking I'm probably not going to do any videos. I mean, my upload schedule has fallen to an all-time low lately. I'm doing not very many videos, I'll be perfectly honest about it. Ooh! Did you see that? I'm calling aimbot. No, actually that was not an aimbot. But seriously, if I was that general, I'd call aimbot. Wow, I can't believe I made that shot. That was just crazy lucky. But yeah, what was I saying before I lost my train of thought? This is the problem about epic things happening. Not that I'm complaining about epic shots, it's just sometimes they mess up my train of thought. I forgot, whatever. And now I'm getting shot at. I need to get into cover. So yeah, lately my upload schedule's been at an all-time low, I know. It's just, well, one thing after another, and then one thing after another, and then one thing, you know, the endless cycle. It's just, if it's not something, it's something else. And I just never really got around to uploading anything more after that. But just lately I've been in the mood to play Mechwarrior, so hopefully we should be seeing a lot more videos. Why did I just run out across this? I'm probably gonna die in just a second. I'm getting pounded by missiles because that's always nice. There goes my right torso. Still have my lasers. Let's see if I can kill this guy. Boom. As you can see, this mech has pretty decent firepower. It's nothing spectacular, not as good as the Death Barrel in my opinion, but it's a pretty good mech if you're just, someone new to Mechwarrior and you think you're a decent shot aiming with AC-20s. If you're not a good shot, you're going to have a horrible time in this mech, but if you're a decent shot, let me take a look at how many enemies are left. Seems like my team actually did pretty well and wiped out most of them. But yeah, in case I've forgotten, I've actually done a bunch, not a bunch, but like 3 or 4 videos already, like repeated them, because one thing after another happened, which stopped me from. This is not directly after my last one. The first game, all but 5 of the enemy team DC'd, so that's nice, I'm not going to upload a game like that. That's just way too bad. It would just be a complete roll, and it was. The next game, my dog barked partway through, and I was like, I'm not going to upload a video with background noise. And then the next one, I just sort of got owned, so I was like, no, I'm not going to upload this because it's stupid. I got owned really just because I was really, really careless. It was utterly my fault. And then another game, just after I bought double heat sinks. For those of you who don't know, I actually bought double heat sinks. I think I mentioned it, but I can't really remember. I don't even remember what happened last game. It's one too many games, but something happened last game and I decided not to upload it, even though it was a pretty good game. I think my Mechwarrior crashed or something glitched up. But yeah, that's basically brings me back to the present, where now... Wait, no, last game of Mechwarrior didn't crash. I actually am going to upload that. It's just, I think I died too early? I don't know, I've been playing too much Mechwarrior today. I'll review the videos later. Just forget all this happened. It holds up that little thing for Men in Black, which makes people forget. This never happened. I can't even remember what that movie, I saw it so long ago when I was so little. I don't even remember what happened in it anymore. But yeah, all around, I think this mech setup's pretty decent. I think if you haven't figured out whether you want to buy it or not from all these videos, well, you can look up other casters, because there are probably a lot of other people which did this. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. Oh, I remember what happened. I remember. The enemy team just like went weird. Some of them disconnected partway through and were just sort of standing there. I remember that. So yeah, not the greatest damage. This isn't the sort of build you'll want if you're trying to go for like 3 billion damage, but it's gonna do it's gonna give you a decent number of kills. I mean, I got 3 kills here. Sure, one of them was sort of that lucky kill, but if you play decently, have decent situational awareness, you're gonna do well in this build. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all later. I hope you haven't all left in the long time. I haven't uploaded anything. Well, I'll see you all later.